Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop quick tip. Today we're going to cover the new Adobe Remove tool that was updated. I've been playing around, spending a lot of time with the AI and the new tools that they put in that use AI, and I'm telling you, it's getting to the point where anybody can do anything with just a stroke or a click of a button. It's getting really crazy. So, but anyhow, I've been putting the remove tool specifically through the spaces, different scenarios, harder situations and that, and it just seems to get better and better and better. So I'm going to show you here a couple things. First thing is under the toolbar here, you'll have your pull out and you'll have your remove tool right there, and with the spot healing and the healing brush and so forth. If for some reason you don't see it, just simply open up and customize your bar and add that to the bar, the remove tool. So I'm just going to use the spot healing because we're all familiar with that, right? So here we have a runway, and as usual, it's all cracked and beat up and it ruins the picture for me. Having all these people in the picture ruin it for me. So this would be, I'd normally spend an awful lot of time trying to do it. Now if I try to just use the spot healing and I go across, you go, hey, that didn't do too bad. And then you look in and you go, oh, not really. It did an okay job, but it lost detail. Kind of smudged the tarmac. We lost the texture in that. So we removed the line. We didn't want that. So again, that were the limitations. We wouldn't expect so much out of the spot healing, on details like this. But now watch when we do the remove tool. Okay, now I'm going to take the remove tool and I'll just do a small section and come in. And you can see how it kept most of the detail that it wanted in there. And we don't have that smudging effect that we did in loss of detail with the other. So that's a big plus. Okay? So that's one of the things about it. It's more intelligent about how it context fills in the back end. Another example of that is if I take this person here on the bike, and I'll increase my brush a little bit here, and if I want to remove him, I just turn around and do an outline and make sure I even get the shadows, right, of the bike, because I want those gone too. Come around, make sure I get every part of the bike. And again, you don't have to be super precise. You just want to make sure you cover the areas that you want removed. When you're happy, and click let go, and it's going to do. And you see, it didn't do a perfect job. That's the one rule, is always a rule, is no tool is perfect in all situations. But it didn't do a bad job considering how much information I told it to do. So I could just run over this a couple times and spot this out. And we have something to work with. So that was pretty darn easy. We can continue on and give it some more challenges. Let's try this crack the payment here. See what it does. Look at that. It even repainted in the arrow over the crack I told it to remove. And if I come in and follow this one down, this will be a real challenging one for it. Because is it going to wipe out the white line? And look at that. It actually completed and straightened and filled in the white line for me. That's pretty amazing. So I'll just continue on. Let's see if it'll fill in this white line for me. That shouldn't be too tough. And look at that. Perfection. and I can come on and keep on working, and I can do all the touch-ups. And this would normally take me a really long time, especially to get a good result. I'd have to work on this for, an hour, sitting there running through. And like I said, no tool is absolutely perfect, and this one is no exception to the rule. You may have to go over an area twice to get the results you wish. All right, so I'm going to stop playing with the tarmac here, and I'm going to start working on how I see it does with other stuff. Okay, there's another area that it had to go over, so I came over with it again, and we're fixed. All right, so let's say these people here on this right side, I want this all gone. I don't want these people in my picture. So I'm just going to do the remove tool. See what happens. Look at that. Is that amazing? Like people were never there. I could even come down these guys further in the thing. And look at that. Amazing. The really thing important is to see the intelligence that goes along with not only removing the objects, but what it replaces it with. Okay? It kept the edge line of the grass and filled it in as best as could. See what it does on the runway. Look at that. Perfect. Get these guys on the runway. Another perfect. So I have turned around and done all my heavy lifting, okay, cleared the runway, and I could continue on working on it, removing things that I don't like, okay, and till I had the picture the way I wish. And because of the new intelligence that's in the tool, it does a much better job. Like this dark area has really bothered me, and I'm curious if it can handle something like this, because it's almost like a dirty part of the runway. See what it does. My goodness. See how neat that is? That's fantastic. So there we go. That's the brand new remove tool. And I have been running it through its paces on different photos, and I tell you, every time Adobe puts out a new update on it, I'm even more impressed. So I would put this down as a most positive tool in your toolbox. I recommend you guys get in and play with it with your photos. I've done it with dozens and dozens and dozens of photos. And if you just turn around and look at where we are, and if I come back all the way back up to our history, watch this. This is where we came from. Okay? And that's where we wound up from. Pretty amazing, isn't it? I mean, considering what was done and the amount of work that went into it, pretty darn impressive. So, I just wanted to highlight to you guys on this one, because Adobe seems to be putting extra effort on this AI and cloud computing and so forth, and the results are getting better and better. It seems every week it's getting better and better. So, all right, guys, till next week, you guys take care.